we're here to bring you up to speed on what we've been up to with Kocho. So just is it just that one? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. There we go. So just if you don't know, BT, right? We've been around for a while. 4 key brands. You know, BT, EE, PlusNet, and Openreach. Obviously, Openreach manage the network. They work alongside us. We have very special controls with working with them. But again, we're on a massive transformation, both internally and externally. The removal of copper. Right, don't question me on that one. That's nothing to do with me. Right? But also the rollout of full fibre, which of course everyone wants for better broadband speeds, etc. But we get attacked quite a lot. Continuously, actually. So we have to go the extra mile ourselves to actually make sure that we're doing what we're doing. So we've got 10 million homes connected. We've got large mobile coverage with EE. Very big organisation, and I look after identity for both our customers and our colleagues. So I have a lot of part to play in that one. And again, we serve lots and lots and lots of customers. So this is a slide from last year, just as for those of you that were here, just a reminder of where we were. I was tasked with coming up with the architecture that would basically re-baseline customer identity across BT Group. Now, we work in lots of different ways. We have consumers, and every consumer is a customer. We have business, but the businesses don't connect to authentication. The users or the employees within the company have to. So we have to handle those differently as well. We have multiple brands to deal with, right? And we have different capabilities that different parts of the business want. We focus on consumer. Andrew's here from consumer, and they've really stolen the march on actually getting this off the ground. So they wanted a vision for everyone to enjoy personal, secure, and effortless identity experiences that enrich their relationship with all our products and brands, and Andrew will go into a bit more detail on that. My vision on the back of that is a single cross-channel identity that enables trusted and frictionless customer-centric experiences. Great corporate speech there. Right, so moving on. So our authentication evolution, we've been pretty much stuck in Web 1.0 for 20 plus years. Lots of mistakes on this, I like to call this out, lots of Chrome, lots of too many distractions that take people away, then bring them back to where they started. Username and password on the same page, great if you want to be sprayed or attacked, etc. What we're rapidly doing, what we're doing now is we're moving to Web 2.0. Nice fresh design. Again, these are skins, right? So we have one login experience, but that experience is reused across all our brands, and we just skin it. So we have one set ways of working. No personalization, no customization. Our CyberOps team are just looking after one thing. And we've also got username, no password there. We separate it for a number of reasons. Between there and there, we do a bit of, cyber spoofing, cyber checking. Are you who you say you are? Are you a bot, etc.? And of course, as we move forward, our experiences change. Until we know who you are, we don't know what method of credential you want to provide us with. So we're breaking this orchestration down. And this is truly cross-platform. If you're an EE customer today, you might recognize this from My eWeb or My eApp. It's cross-platform completely. But also, we want to go further. Back to what Rohit was talking about earlier. We actually want a wallet, and we actually want to put an identity in a wallet, and you can take that EE identity with you wherever you go. And again, Andrew will cover that, and got a lot to say in a short amount of time. Right, just quickly. So, when we was here last time, we was going live imminently. That imminently turned out to be July this year. But when we went live, we saw an instant impact of the 4 layers of protection that we're giving. 33,000 anti-bot protection stopped. Just our first iteration of CA policies, we challenged identity 26,000 times. We stopped 96,000 brute force attacks and 83,000 compromised passwords. That's in the first 6 to 8 weeks, right? Immense impact of actually moving to what we were doing. What's interesting though, and it's not all sunshine where we are. What we found out is it actually took 6 to 8 weeks for those people that like to attack us to morph their attacks to actually start working with our new front end. So we're completely open standards. Everything's OIDC, no APIs exposed anywhere, right? But they started to say, well, hang on a minute, we can't do what we used to do. We're now going to try something else. And we're starting to see those attacks more. So they don't stop, right? Just exactly what you were saying. So we're having to deal with that. There's a session this afternoon that Marcus and Harsha are running. Basically, just quickly on that one, there's an interesting stat about our use of ID protection, but I'm going to keep that one, reveal that at the session after lunch. This is our stack, right? I showed this last year. This is basically how we built identity as a product, right? The thing we've added this time round is we're adding the different layers of credentials in, giving our customers choice. We can't, in enterprise, you can force customers to do multi-factor, etc. Customers, you have to be a bit more friendly. You have to nudge them forward. So we're introducing a number of ways of allowing customers to go forward. So just quickly, before I hand over, that's our product. We call it SAF, the Single Authentication Framework. We offer a number of abilities from password and multi-factor authentication, which I limit to OTP on mobile. Then we go into strong authentication, pass keys, FIDO keys, authenticator apps. We're going to bring in corporate federations so our customers only link to us once, and then they serve all our applications, and distributed ID. We serve that up through our skins across our different brands. We can do cool things like device code flow. That's the word I was looking for. The way you want to, you don't want to key your username and password into your TV screen anymore. We've got all the new features such as MFA and pass keys, and also corporate federation. We offer all these capabilities to every one of our brands as a product. They choose to opt in and opt out of what they want to use as they go forward. And every feature we introduce is implemented in the same way. Now, over to, and these are the areas that Kocho played a massive part in. And that's the reason why we're here. Kocho actually helped us from end to end. Sorry, I will now hand over to Andrew.
Thank you. Andrew Warner, I'm the Identity Director for BT, and that was probably the most brief I've ever heard Roy explain that. So
it was hard.
Well done,
it was hard.
well done. So what I'd like to run through is what's that meant for us as a business, as a transformation. So we previously treated identity as a product-centric model. So customers would be identified by a mobile number or a fixed line number, or if they were really unlucky, a TV package name, and none of these things would meet. So if you're a customer and you're interacting with us, you would have to go through multiple verifications to talk about different products. Worst case, you'd be swapping profiles on apps or using different apps entirely, or even being told you need to hang up the phone and ring a completely different phone number to talk about your products when you were coming into a call center. And that's changed. Now we have a customer-centric identity, which means we are completely decoupled from any and all of our core IT systems. So that means now your customer has their own identity, and we can attach the products and services they have to that. So from a customer's point of view, they now have one place to manage everything they have from EE or from BT. They can update all of their details in one place rather than doing it in multiple places. From a business point of view, we now have a single view of that customer. So we have much greater insights into things. We know how to service those customers and how to sell to them in different ways. And then we can start to centralize some of the processes that used to be very, very siloed. So an example of that would be we could now credit check a customer as a customer. So if they want to buy something from us, they'll do that once, and we can then sell them some things without having to go back through that credit check process again. It also means that our customer service agents have a much easier time. So away from the front-end digital experiences, we can also replicate this in our call centers or in the retail stores. So now when a customer interacts with us, They come in, we talk to them as a customer, and you can see that products and services are connected into their profile. So here we have a customer that has broadband and TV and mobile with us all in one place. The customer service agent can see that, and they can see all of those products at once. Previously, they'd be using different systems for this and authenticating the customer, all of those individually. So call handling times increased, customer frustrations increased, all of that's now in one place. So a huge transformation, which has made the way that we can now offer things to customers really flexible. It means we don't have to build things on top of telco-dependent IT. We can do this all as a platform business now. So what are we going to do with that, and what are we going to do with this in the future? So a few things just to pick out for you here. The first of those is enhanced login, and Roy's covered a few of those already. This is about us continuously improving the security of what we're doing for our customers. So we're now protecting more and more pieces of information, more and more products and services. We want to make sure that's secure. So we can add in things like MFA, things like passkeys to keep up with the latest standards there. Next up is grouping identities together. So at the moment, we have a single view of a customer as an entity. We can now offer the customer the choice of grouping identities together to form a household or a trusted relationship or a circle of trust, if you like. And what that means is we can then start to look at things from a household level. So if you live in a house, somebody has broadband, somebody else has a mobile phone, we can now see that in the round, and we can make different choices about how we interact with those customers. And it means that being a user of a service, you can have your own relationship with us as a company and share benefits, for example, in terms of doing that. And then the really exciting bit is verification, is taking this away from just an anonymous email address and into actually linking this to real-world identity documents, passports, driving licenses, that sort of thing, so that we can actually verify who our customers are. We do this as a matter of course anyway, so when we credit check people, we have to verify people. If you're picking up really expensive devices from one of our retail stores, you'll need to supply some sort of identification to do that. But we want to move all of this into the digital world instead. So instead of walking around with passports and driving licenses and bank account details and things, you can do all of that through your app. You can do it with a digital ID card. And clearly, I think Rohit expanded on some of that at the beginning of this conference. There's an ambition there. We have some scale. We have a lot of customers. We have a lot of customers with digital IDs. We can build a lot of customers with verified digital IDs, and therefore we can help them to use those IDs in ways that they previously had to have dipped into their physical wallets or found bits of paper in drawers. They can do that digitally instead. And then finally, we have federation, or the use of these identities and this identity information outside of EE and outside of BT. So this would allow our customers to connect to partner websites and other websites without having to create yet another digital account. Or equally, if they want to move some of these verified ID attributes to somebody they want to, so for example, they're applying for car insurance and need to provide some information, we can help them to do that. And all of this is about reusability then. So instead of having to go through multiple processes to prove who you are and then supply that information to different people, if we've already got that information, why can't customers just reuse that? And we can do that for them. And then that federation will extend to corporate federation as well. So as Roy said, if you interact with a number of different areas of the group, then we can treat you as the same person. So you don't need to do that different ways in different times.